Intentions, where the balanced fun hoes go for spiritual enlightenment while still being a little risque.
I feel like we should just cue like Mace. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back to another episode of Risky Intentions. We are officially back in the building. What's good?
It's your girl Jordy.
And I'm Cece.
And we're Risky Intentions.
It
feels good to be back, I must admit. I will say, like, this space, this area, this time,
I miss it so
stars, much. All of the timing and everything feels really good to be here.
Mm-hmm. It does. And I think it's because, like, what I was saying when we were coming in, we had to take a little bit of a break. And I felt really, really bad about it at first. But I realized, like, what we're here to share with people is, like, healing and growing and processing. And it's like we're humans, so we're healing and growing and processing.
Those things also.
At the same time.
In real time.
I think we both, we jumped into a new decade of life. So I think that was just a shocker to both of us.
Honey.
Like, trying to get our bearings. Like, wait, is any of this real? Like, what am I doing? So it's good to be like, yeah, we good. Mm-hmm. And we have things to share now.
And now we have something to share.
Yeah. And just, like, I have totally new things going on. You got new things going on.
It's crazy how life will do that, right? Like, you'll look back and it's just like, dang, I'm really completely in a different space mentally, like physically, financially.
In the matter of weeks.
Yeah.
And you'll really be like, oh, that was so long ago. You're like, damn, no, that was like
6 months ago.
6 weeks ago.
Yeah. Or 6 months ago.
Yeah, or 6 months.
Yeah.
Life changing.
Game changer.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
even
like
3
always,
months. Yeah. Let's get into it.
Let's get into our affirmations and, you know, setting the tone as to why we're here. Mm-hmm. My affirmation this week is I'm committed to the process and I understand in the process is where I grow. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where we at, you know?
Yeah.
Still processing, still working, still trying to make so many things happen and, like, find balance. But I'm committed to it. Like, I took my break, but you need that for your mental health. But, like, I really feel inspired again and, and I got actual plans and goals set out. So it's exciting. And I know in this in-between time and the times where I'm, like, questioning everything, that's where the growth really happens, you know? Like,
that in-between space of, like, you never see, it's like you're here and then you're here. But, like, that in-between.
In between, so much happens.
That's the growing. Like, that's where you really see the true growth of how far you've come. And it doesn't seem like it when day-to-day sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you just feel stagnant. But in the grand scheme of things of just, like, wow, I've evolved in a place in my career. I've evolved in a place in my, like, mentally. Like, I've really leveled up. You know what I mean?
Big time.
Yeah, so to see it into giving yourself grace. I think that's something that I'm trying to, like,
about giving ourselves some grace.
That's something that I'm trying to adopt more and encourage others to do is, like, we're figuring this out, you know? We don't have to have all the answers. We don't have to have it peachy keen and exactly how we expect it to be. But it's like you never I was talking to a friend about this the other day about happiness and purpose, and it's like you're always in a constant pursuit. Like, you never really get, like, you're never in it.
Like, we're always in a process.
Yeah.
You're always thinking about the next thing. So I want to be committed to the right now. Like, this process is where I'm actually growing. Like, this is the work.
Yeah.
And we'll get there. That's why we're here.
There was a girl that said something about, like, I'm so excited, like, the future me, and I'll be better. You know what I mean? Like, this idea of, like, waiting to celebrate yourself. And it's like, but I love me a whole lot right now.
Oh, that's a whole nother, I feel like that could be a whole episode, really. It's like present.
Yeah.
Like, being present.
Okay, we'll put a pin in it.
We'll definitely need to put a pin in that. What is your affirmation this week?
So this week, I really want to affirm creating healthy boundaries in my life. And I think that as a person, you know,
I feel like you're about to preach to me right now.
I think sometimes you overextend yourself, and not in a way that's like, it's uncomfortable for you. Like, you're stepping out of your boundary to appease someone else. So I feel like whether that be work of like, I'm super overwhelmed, I'm tired, too much is on my plate, I don't have no more room on my table.
I'm glad you're speaking to yourself right now.
It's being able to say, like, I need help, right? I need a second. No.
That is one of the hardest boundaries.
But like the period of it.
Like,
no.
I don't need to explain.
I don't need to give, no.
Just no.
I'm sorry,
no. Is a complete sentence.
If somebody invites you out and it's like, oh my God, I have to show face. It's like, if my spirit is not aligning with that, baby, then
thank you. So many things. Like,
yeah. Like, thank you so much, but I can't make it. Or, you know, like, can we do something else? Or can, you know. Yeah, no.
Create the boundaries, and it's like, I think it's hard to create the boundaries, because I think we sometimes get in habits of people pleasing. So it's like unlearning that habit of like, but I need to make them feel good or worry about their feelings. It's like, no, what do I need right now? And if it's a no for me, then it's a no for me right now.
Oprah says, like, let your yes be yes, because it's yes for you. Like, truly, you know,
I want to do this.
If you're moving and your intention is like, I don't want you to be mad at me, or it's what you think the other person wants of you, your intention is not really that you want to do that thing. So
right. You're trying to just like appease the other person.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's create the boundaries, stick to them, find out what it is, like those tics of like, I notice that I go a little ham, or I feel some kind of way, it makes me uncomfortable.
Like, yeah, this stresses me out, or this makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, there's a reason.
Even with dating, like,
there's many more boundaries. I realized I got to set from day one.
Yeah.
I need to write a list of boundaries. Thank you for that, Jay. I'm going to write my list of boundaries this week.
But I think identifying, like, in your core, because I think your gut always knows, like, I'm not really with this.
This makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not comfy here.
And that's okay.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you. I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
I don't even like that.
I don't like that.
I hate all these people.
No. The answer is no.
Immediately. The answer is no.
Immediately no.
Love
immediately
that for you. What's the tea?
The tea, honey. Okay. I've missed the tea. I feel like we haven't had tea.
You know why?
Why?
Well, at least for me, I feel like I've completely just tried to stay out the loop of things lately. Like, intentionally.
Like, I can't process anyone else's tea. I only can deal with
what's in my world.
Yeah, I feel that.
Other than things that are like just shoved down your throat, like on social media. But even then, sometimes I feel like I'll usually dig, like, oh shit, what's going on? Right?
To a certain extent.
Yeah, lately I'm just like, well, shit, yep, I don't care what any of these people are doing.
Yeah.
But I do think it's kind of crazy and bizarre and like stalker-esque of this lady here, Tasha K. She's a YouTuber.
Yes, we know.
Yes, she's been on this back and forth thing with Cardi B for quite some time. So she
do you want to give people the background?
Yeah, I'm about to give them the background. So she's already been in this lawsuit with Cardi B for some time that Cardi B's already won against her because she was on her YouTube making videos like completely defaming Cardi.
Yeah.
Saying that she had herpes, that she was a prostitute, doing drugs, cheating on her husband, like just all kind of wild accusations, and like very confidently like this was fact.
Yeah.
And come to find out, it was just like complete lies.
It was all fabricated.
100%.
But she said too that, like, wasn't it something of like, I knew that my traffic on my pages those days were like greater. Like, I knew that it was benefiting me financially to do this.
And yeah,
so
and
that
that's
was
like the whole thing
incentive.
of defamation of character. Like, you knew you were lying on this person that you don't know for your benefit, which is like, I get clickbait and especially like blogger sites, like that's the niche of it to like try to find juicy stories that people are gonna be like, oh, I need to see that. But it's like not at the expense of somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, you think about all the bags that Cardi must have fucking lost because it's like people are sometimes.
I don't think Cardi batted an eyelash, really. I think if anything,
No,
it's
I
just
understand that,
disgusting.
but I
like,
think it's more so just like you're creating this narrative, and that could potentially
potentially hurt me for sure.
harm me.
But luckily, Cardi B got the time and the money to really fuck with her. So the lawsuit has already been settled that she owes Cardi B $4 million. Oh,
not 40.
Not 40, but
40
still
shot.
40. Whew, just I jump off a cliff.
Take me now.
If I owe somebody $40 million, I would change my name and disappear because what? Yeah, no. And $4 million. Yeah,
4 million.
Maybe even $4 million, to be quite honest. Because you're never going to see it. I don't care. Yeah, you're never going to see it. And the girls basically said, like, I'm not going to pay her. But then Rolling Stone reported that she said she will not stop using these statements unless compelled by the court. So it's like, you've already went through this lawsuit. So now Cardi B is trying to have a federal judge ban this girl from saying anything. Like, don't say a peep. Don't even say my name. Don't say my kid's name. Don't say my mom's name.
That's some real boss ass shit. That's some kind of boss shit.
If you even so much as say my name.
If you even think it.
Charge her again. Add it to the tab. Because what the hell?
But also, what kind of miserable are you? Truly, I mean, you know?
I just don't imagine being, like, I get being passionate about your work, if you're a journalist, or even the bloggers. Like, they get a lot of shit, but it's like, this is something they're passionate about. Yeah. Somebody's got to let us know what these people are doing, I guess.
Hello. Look at Wendy Williams.
You know, that's a whole career, but at some point you have to have some sort of, like, integrity.
And just
like,
ethic, moral code of, like, this is wrong. Because it's just a lie. Like, you're just completely...
A whole ass lie.
The sky is green. Like
what?
You know.
And it's like, no one... I wouldn't want to go back and look at somebody's content knowing that they be lying.
Yeah, no.
I can't even get real
I can't hear any...
I need real tea
none of
anyway.
this is real.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's fake news. It's giving Fox News right here.
Yeah, it's really weird and bizarre. And I just, of all the tea that this week, I just thought, like, damn, people really out here, like,
miserable,
delusional, crazy.
Everybody, can I just say, while we're on the topic of this week, everybody being delusional and crazy, I don't know what the hell is in the fucking water.
I know. I'll tell you what it is.
I don't know what's in the water, honey. But the audacity, even, like, we won't go into too depth of what I really want to get into, but, like, the audacity, the nerve,
the gumption
is at an all-time high. Like,
the audacity's been on sale.
The audacity has been $1.99, and I can't take it no more.
But I will say, for as far as delusions, the Pisces new moon just passed, and
that's exactly what it is. That's exact. I know a crazy Pisces. I know a crazy
Pisces do live in, like, a delusion a bit. So everyone's been mad delusional. It's okay. This'll pass.
Ooh, thank you, Jesus.
Hopefully.
Thank you, Jesus. Take the fence.
But let's move on to our newest segment, Ask Risky.
Yes.
Which this name might change. So
yeah,
just bear with
we're working on this.
Listen, this is just, we want y'all to ask us questions. We want to answer questions. And, like, I feel like people naturally always already ask us things. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to share them here. We can keep it anonymous. We won't put you on blast.
Put you on front street unless you want to be.
But just to let you know what we would do in your predicament, circumstance, whatever you're going through. Mm-hmm. This one is from, let me not give this person's real name because they did not disclose if they wanted a name. So let's call her Michelle. Okay, so Michelle says, what do you think about staying with a man who has been married and divorced but hasn't asked you after 6 years? Honey, I'm going to let you go first, Jane.
I mean...
because I feel like my answer is short and sweet.
I think that the short and sweet answer of it is, like, if he ain't shit, then get off the pot, right?
Oh.
But I think also, I feel like marriage is just such a huge commitment, right? And I think, I don't know, have you had the conversation about marriage? Like, have you really dissected and looked at, like, why it is that he's not, like, does he not want to marry you? Is it a thing of he doesn't want to get married to anyone? Does he just not see it with you?
That's big. That's really big.
But also, I feel like the idea of people that don't want to get married, I feel like that's valid. That's your choice.
That's right.
That is your right. If your stance is like, I'm never getting married again because I had X, Y, and Z experience, your trauma, your whatever, that's your prerogative. I don't think that it's necessarily like, I don't know. I just think, in whatever case, like, if it's someone that's like, I absolutely don't want to get married, they're valid. If it's someone that's like, I absolutely want to be married and want that union, that's valid. I
feel like in both situations, though, it sounds like both. Whether I don't want to get married to you specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, yeah, why are you with me?
But I also,
I just don't want to get married at all, but you want to get married? Yeah, you're still not the person for me.
But I think, what if you were an awful husband? What if you were married and it was like, I was a terrible this, and it's trauma from that of like, I don't know, I don't communicate well, or it's, I don't
Well, there's
know.
a reason they're divorced.
Absolutely.
I feel like anyone I would date, if they told me they were divorced, I would be like, oh, what happened?
1,000,000%.
I've definitely dated someone who was married and, like, jokingly, when they told me that, was like, what'd you do?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, what'd you do?
I think that's the tiered, like, the knee-jerk reaction of, like, well, what was your fault? Because I think relationships, I guess that's the biggest takeaway for me, is, like, that they're so sticky, and I think the more, we have this thing as women that are getting into our, I don't even know what the fuck to call it, but we're older now, so.
Yeah, just park that there. We a little bit older. I got a little older.
No, I think that when I think about marriage, when I think about even children, there's times when I'm just like, I know I say I have baby fever. I know that I say I want a husband, but at the, like, real, I'm like, whoa, that seems a little scary.
But
you're saying because you've been married before, then it just, like, and automatically?
I understand being jaded about it. But I think then that comes down to, like, conversations that you have in the beginning of a relationship.
Yes, your non-negotiables, so baby.
We already talked about this, guys.
Yeah.
What are your non-negotiables? Like, don't date someone who doesn't want these core things. That's religion, children, marriage, like, how you do your financials and stuff like that. All that shit is, like, the top of, is this ship gonna land?
Is it gonna
float, or are we gonna sink? If we don't agree on, like, these, like, basic stuff, like, but it's so important. Yeah, I would leave. That was my answer. Leave, sis.
Yeah, run.
Get up out of there.
Run for the hills.
Just because you want something that they don't want. You can't force somebody into marriage. And if he does decide to marry you, I know I would be thinking, like, you're just doing this because I want you to. Because I just want you to.
But I pray that I'm never in a situation that's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm unsure if you want to be here because you actually want to be here, or if it's just because I've nagged, and that's why I think it's like, it's so not fair to, like, press, like, drown in, like, not dilute, but what's the word? Like, it's not fair to push your wants onto others, because if that's not what they really want, it's like,
you have to meet people where they're at.
Yeah. Period.
Where are you at right now?
Period.
You're just dating, you're just having fun.
Yeah.
You're divorced and you don't want to ever get married again. Cool. So I need to keep that in mind in dating you.
And I think that, like, not falling into people's potential, it goes into that of, like, women, I think naturally sometimes we think, like, you know, with dating someone, and it's like, no, he gonna love me, but I know what he said.
I can change that.
But I can change that. And it's like,
we should all know by now, people are gonna do what they want to do. And you cannot change them. So, sis, if you want to be married, clock's a ticking.
And also, like, let the fucking let the well run dry. Like, deprive him. He shouldn't have access to you if that's not what, you know what I mean? Like, if these are two different things that I feel like a man is gonna step up if he wants to.
And that's what I was just about to say.
So,
somebody out there wants the same thing you want. Somebody out there wants to be committed and married and do all that.
Yeah.
But not this man.
And
so.
if he is of any stature and wants to be with you and doesn't want, he'll step up, but you have to like apply that pressure. Like,
or not even stepping up. I feel like too, if he really gives a shit about you,
he would marry you.
Not just marry you, because he doesn't want to. He would let you go. He would be like, you know what? I don't want to marry you. I don't want the same things as you.
Yeah.
Go live your fucking life. I love you enough to let you go live your life. But that's also, we can put in that, because love, I think people's perception of love is like really possessive. But it's like, if I really love you and care about you, I want you to go
absolute. I want you to win
and be the best you can be, whether that includes me or not. Of course, I want it to include me, but
if it doesn't,
if our paths don't align,
yeah.
I still want you to win and have everything that you want. So I know if I was dating somebody who really, really wanted something that I was like, hell no, I don't want that.
Yeah.
At some point, it's like, I gotta let you go.
And I think that takes maturity. That takes some, like, it's
sad.
very unselfless. It's the most selfless thing that you can
Yeah.
do. Not unselfless. Very selfless. It's the most selfless thing that you can do, of, like, releasing someone.
Letting go of something that you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof, honey, that we're going to take you to therapy.
Just leave them, girl. Just pack your bags.
Yeah.
Shake a little ass. And somebody going to want to marry you.
Honey.
Let's see.
our topic.
What are we getting into our topic?
So this week, I guess this month, because we ain't seen y'all in some time, you know, we really want to do kind of a little bit of a recap, you know. Last time that we spoke was 2021.
And
much has changed.
Yeah, much has changed for sure. And I think just like regrouping and realigning, I think that was a big reason behind our break. And you know, getting through like the holidays and then starting the new year, and I think everyone gets so hype about like, oh, it's a new year, it's a new me, I got all these goals, and I'm gonna crush them, and then it's February, and you're like, damn, I haven't done anything towards not one of those goals.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're like almost to the end of our first quarter of the year. So
well, we're like mid. We're
midway.
Mid quarter. Mid first quarter. So, yeah, I think it would be good to regroup, reline, and let's get into
and just kind of like, we want to give y'all something every time. So, like, just giving you ways to readjust. If you're feeling down, like, damn, it's March, and I feel down on how this year is already going, it's never too late to start, to restart, to recalibrate, whatever that looks like for you.
If you were looking for that irkling, that sign to get a jump start on your life, like, this is the sign.
This is it. You're welcome.
This is it. It's not too late. We only a few months in.
Only a couple months in.
3 months.
And it's like, what is time? This shit ain't even real.
It ain't even real. We in a metaverse.
But what I do think is like very, very number one, top of the list, important, is getting clear with your vision. You can't make moves if you don't even know like
where you're going,
or
where
what
you're headed, how you're gonna get there.
Yeah, it's easy to just keep bopping around. So get clear with your vision.
Yeah.
And I found this quote. I wish I knew who it was from, but it was just like a quote I found somewhere. Twitter or something. But it was, when the why gets stronger, the how gets easier. And
I think it goes back to growing in your purpose. You know, the more and more that you chip away at like what you don't like, what you do like, and you are stepping into
what do I really, really want?
Yeah. What am I manifesting? And what brings me true joy? Like, it's going to get so much clearer. And I feel like it's like with life, you know, years pass, time passes, and people, I think, often get this idea like, I'm wasting time. And
you're never wasting time.
You're never wasting your time. You're always
there was
chipping
a reason
away.
for that time.
Everything that you go through is so intentional, you know?
But if you're clear on the vision, then it helps at least plan
and to
little bit.
And to decipher, like that discernment.
Oh, do I really want that?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what is my vision? What do I really want? Like, imagine like, okay, I want to start this business, right? So I'm imagining this business. So, okay, what do I have to do to start this business? So now I'm doing my research. Now I'm figuring out all these things. Oh, shit, I don't like anything to do with how I got to get to this point. Okay, then maybe I don't actually want that. you have to be clear about it so you can even plan to it, you know? Because I feel like then you're just doing things miscellaneously.
Absolutely. And ain't nobody got time for that.
And then you are kind of wasting time.
I think that so much of getting clear on your vision is like cutting out the distractions. I don't know about you, but for me, my ADHD will really kick my ass sometimes. And I think when I'm not tunnel vision, everything is just, you know, whether it's like your apartment's a mess or you're just going wherever the wind blows, you're not really being intentional about like your timing, you know. And not to say that you have to like be super crazy dedicated to like Monday I'm gonna do this, Tuesday you have to find what works for you.
What works for you for sure.
Some people, you know, that
some
may,
people
that
they
may
need
be,
that. They're like down to the time.
Yeah.
I need to know every thing I'm doing.
Accounting for something. And hold yourself accountable, you know? But I think taking away distractions that you know are not, that are harmful is like important. It's so important. Like prune. Get rid of the things that you just know, like you fucking know you have something to do on Monday. So maybe Sunday at 5:00 you shouldn't be getting shit-faced. I don't know. Like,
right.
It's just like, I think that there's certain things that comes with like growth, with time, with maturing, of like
identify like what's keeping you from
and
what's really holding you back. And a lot of times it is self and like saying yes. Yeah.
It's like, what is that yes costing you? You know, like if I go out to drinks tonight, what is that going to take away from tomorrow? And I don't like that, you know?
This was a personal, Jay.
Okay. I mean, it's all personal.
No, I really, really feel you though, because you have to cut out. I feel like that's what I've spent the last few months kind of doing. It's like really calibrating. Like, okay, what does this serve me? Like, I'm really trying to get somewhere right now, and if it's not really aligning with that, then why am I even doing it? Why am I invested in it? Whether it's a person, place, thing, habit, whatever.
All of it. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I think a lot of people have that same, like, I don't know, we'll go down this bunny rabbit hole another time, but I think, yes, laser in, girl, you know, you got this. Recommit yourself to the new year, the new goals. Set them. Make sure that you're following through. Make sure that you have your accountability partners, that you have someone that to, you know, hold yourself accountable, but also someone that can challenge you and like hold you accountable as well. Just laser in.
Laser in for sure. And like you just said, like recommitting to the goals. So it's like you already had this vision for yourself for a reason. And now that it's clear, and now that we're cutting the distractions, now let's reset and let's follow through. Follow it through. See that shit all the way through.
That's so important. You know what I mean? Because
excuse us.
So much of life is just like follow through. I think that the difference with a lot of people that like are not necessarily, it's not always necessarily talent, it's just like people that are dedicated.
It's
like
committed.
How bad do you want it?
And that's why that had to be my affirmation this week. Like, I need to just get back committed to what I want and why do I want it. Like, I know what I want. That's very clear. We've been cutting the distractions. Now it's like, let's get committed and just follow through.
Yeah.
All the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in a way that people can do this, or the way that you can kind of like put these tools into practice and into practical use, is like, you know, whether it's making your manifestation boards, and seeing is believing, you know. I think sometimes you can't even visualize when.
And you know what's really dope about vision boards? I think a lot of people think, oh, I'm not crafty. Like, what am I going to do? Sit around and cut out these little pictures and post them to a board and, like, my life's going to be together. And, one, you don't have to be very creative or, like, artistic.
Yeah.
It could be as little as, like, writing a couple words, posting a couple pictures together, just for you to see something every single day. And it keeps training your mind, like, oh, yeah, this is what I want. every day, if I do one thing towards that, eventually we're going to be to that.
Yeah.
But also, I saw this really cool thing in the beginning of the year, and I haven't done it yet. But by the end of this week, I'm going to make sure I do it. Making like a digital visual board for your phone.
I did that.
So rather than like cutting out, you know, pictures from magazines or online, whatever, you just like find some things that you like that are going towards your vision and like put them all on like a Canva or like
I did mine. I honestly just put them in my. I didn't even do that. I literally put them in my photos and then I like just took a screenshot of that. But yeah, I think
took a screenshot of that. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah, that's dope.
But
boom.
It's like if you know I want to lose 20 pounds, bitch, why are you at In-N-Out? Like, it's holding yourself accountable. Yeah. You know, if you know maybe I want to like really buckle down and get serious in a relationship. Well, bitch, maybe you shouldn't be thotting and bopping. And like, and it just giving your body to everyone, and then you're all confused and out of whack. Like, it's just a matter of like, I don't know, it's
intentional and like,
yes, but it's taking a toll. It's like taking accountability, taking inventory of every aspect of your life. You know what I mean?
And how do I get there? Okay, I want this. How do I get there? What am I doing to stop myself?
Girl, look at the fucking patterns.
That's it.
What are the habits?
Want this. Yeah. I need to get there.
Yeah.
I need to do X, Y, Z to get there.
Yeah.
But I'm doing A, B, C, and that's stopping me from getting there.
Yeah. One of my goals this year was really to like work out and get back to just like a healthy. It's not like I'm like crazy big, but like,
no, your body's banging and you haven't worked out in I don't know when.
But when I'm naked,
you look good.
She still look good. But listen, I want to be more fit. I want to be more intentional about the things that are in my body.
Right.
I don't want to like I'm pushing 30 now. And I feel like I can't be out here eating whatever, noodles, pasta, hot Cheetos for breakfast. Like it doesn't work. It's not working. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
it's like
when it's a matter of fueling your body, when it's a matter of being intentional, you have to make changes.
Mm-hmm. I think that was like another thing I wanted to like touch on too is the backsliding, because it's easy to do. Once you get in a routine, it's just easy to do. So it's like you have to identify those things so you know like oh, okay, hey, I'm backsliding.
Cut the fungus.
And I know for the past few months, just as simple as you were saying, like eating habits, like I just kind of threw them out the window, like whatever, I don't know, eating all kind of stuff I don't even really be into.
I haven't cooked in I don't know how long.
But it's like you have to break those habits and see what needs to be like a lifestyle change. Yeah. Because a lot of things for like where you want to go, it's not
everything can't come with you.
And it's not like a temporary thing, like, oh, only for 3 months I'm gonna do good and my life's gonna change. It's like, no, my life's gonna change forever. Yeah. So my life's gonna change forever right now from these simple steps that I'm taking.
And I think another big part of that is like setting realistic timelines, right? Like, I think people always have this idea, like, you know, with setting goals that need to be like crazy.
How can I lose
super grand in 10 days? And it's like, maybe how can I lose 1 pound a month? And then that way when you do, it's like the pressure is gone. You can actually be like
and maintain that.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, I wanted to lose 1, but I lost 3. Oh my god, I feel it doesn't have to be this big daunting grace. Like
be real, like something you can maintain through forever.
Yeah. 1,000,000%.
And like, why would you stress yourself out more like that?
Honey. It's again that being present and loving exactly who you are.
Have you ever given yourself like a super unrealistic goal? And you were like killing yourself trying to make it happen, and you're like, what the fuck am I even doing?
I'm trying to think about my goals that I've set that are like an activity or like a thing like that.
Or not even an unrealistic goal, but like just time frame for said goal.
No, I think if anything, I'm probably very like reach for the moon, get the stars. I don't know.
I feel like the only thing I could relate is like a diet situation. Like,
Yeah.
I know a couple years ago I was going on a trip and I found like this psycho ass diet that was like,
You're gonna lose 20 pounds in 10 days.
yeah, you can lose 10 pounds in 7 days. And granted, it worked for the most part.
Yeah.
But it was so stressful and unrealistic. And it's nothing I would maintain throughout my life.
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm sure it came
great
right back.
that week. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything that's like, yeah, I'm going to do this every week for the rest of my life. So it's like, we need to set realistic shit. Like, who can I really be right here?
Yeah.
You know what you're capable of.
Yeah.
You know you're not a morning person. Stop staying up till 2.
But that's the thing. It's like
right now.
like set yourself up to win, you know?
Set yourself up to win.
I think we have to be a little bit better with that, you know? How are we applying lessons from last year?
Yes.
And adjusting when things are not going as planned, you know? Like with this year, with getting better, with growing, I think a good taking inventory.
I think that's a constant, taking inventory. Like,
It's one of those things, like, I think, like, life doesn't, when you ask God for patience, he's not going to just give you patience, he's going to give you opportunities to be patient in. Right. And I think with learning from mistakes, from things that you did that were like, dang, I really could have behaved different, my approach could have been softer, my whatever, you know, whatever it is in life that you think, like, if you're not taking inventory, being present, and really like holding yourself accountable of like, that was kind of chicken shitty what I just did, or I could have, not even chicken shitty, it doesn't have to be something negative, but like, I could have handled this better.
And then I feel like, but yeah, I could have handled this better, and then I feel like you keep relearning that lesson until you get it.
Yeah, and the more and more it's like that you grow, that you get better, that you are being cognizant of it, then I think that you gradually kind of like, look at me learning that.
Yeah, you're
you
like,
know?
yeah, I'm not,
I've mastered you. You didn't master me, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like you start to see yourself and your patterns, and I think taking inventory and really getting real with yourself. No judgment. It's just getting real and raw. Like, this is who I am. This is where I be messing up at.
Yeah.
Right here.
And
this is how I messed up last year.
And there's no fault. There's nothing to be
No.
shameful with it. We are flawed individuals, and it's so great. It's so freaking beautiful how flawed we are.
And we are growing through the process.
Yeah.
You see how everything on this show makes sense and it go together? We are growing through the process.
Ooh, what we say? Growing through.
We're growing.
You gotta go through it to grow through it. You gotta go to it.
You gotta go through it to grow through it. Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah, just resetting.
I think the last
thing to just
close this up would just be the purging,
letting shit go. Let it go.
Let it go.
But I think that kind of ties into what we first said, identifying the distractions. But I think with purging, the difference is, like, distractions, I guess it can be kind of hand in hand. But, like, letting go of the materials or the emotions or whatever it is that's, like, holding you back, to create space for more. And I don't know why this has just been, like, such a theme for me this week, but creating space. You cannot move more things, people, baggage, materials, anything into your life until you create space. It's like, literally, like, okay, I have a house and I keep packing all this shit into it. Nothing else fits because I won't let anything else go. And it's like, I don't use majority of anything in here. Let it go. Like, create the space that you want for yourself.
That is so beautiful, and, like, that's great. You know? No, it's great. No, I'm not
great. No, but, like, make
I'm
the
being
space.
dead ass.
Yeah,
I think
I know you
it's so great because that is life. How many times have we, like, in right, again with the lessons, right? I think it comes down to really knowing yourself, right? Like, if you know you're in a job that you feel like I'm not happy. But you ain't been happy for 3 years. Like, I think it's a matter of holding yourself accountable, understanding what that looks like, purging whatever it is. And maybe it's not the entire thing, but maybe it's a cookie cutter version of whatever it is, that space that you're in. But I feel like the big picture, intentional, walking in purpose, like walking, your steps are ordered. And it's just like, you may not see the big picture now because it's like wallet size, but it's all a part of the plan. You know what I mean? And I feel like with purging, you're making room for new. Like, you're holding on to something because you may think, like, I can't find better. It may be a boyfriend that you're like, oh, but it's not that bad.
Holding on is a fear mindset, for sure.
Absolutely.
Holding on is a fear. You're so afraid of what you can't even see that you're holding on to this shit that you know is, like, not doing anything for you. Just because you know what it is. Just because you know what it is.
There's the element of surprise.
And that's even scarier, staying in a place that's like stagnant because you just know what it is. Like, it's almost a comfort, no matter how bad it is. Like, no, let it go.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people get caught up and scared of change so much that they're more so, it's like, you're gonna miss your calling, you're gonna miss the big, you know what I mean, like the big finale, because you're so hung up and tied onto what something could have been. But, like, there's something far greater out there. So don't be afraid to purge. Don't be afraid to cut off relationships that are not reciprocal. Don't be afraid to fucking cut off that job that you're stagnant in and that you're just not growing and that you're not happy in. You know,
don't just make the little changes.
Yeah.
One little bit at a time. Like, it's not all one, like, oh, today I'm going to get my life together. Today, right now, in one swoop, I'm just going to get my whole life together. It's like, no, I got to do the emotional part of it. I got to do the relationship part of it. I got to do the actual financial part of it. It's like, there's a lot of steps in different compartments.
This is an experience, and this is an operation.
It's a whole operation.
There's a whole infrastructure and steps to this. There's levels to this healing.
But I think, just really quickly, let me run them down for you again. Okay? Get clear with your vision. Have tunnel vision. Recommit to your goals. Resist any bad habits and backsliding, which would include getting out, any distractions. Clear yourself of distractions. Yeah. Plan, vision, manifest, make it, crystal clear, see it clear. Set realistic time frames for yourself. Apply the lessons that you learned before and adjust accordingly. You know where you messed up before, get it right this time. Purge, let shit go. And be accountable. Yeah. Be accountable to yourself. Have your accountability partners, I think those are, like, some very solid steps to regrouping, refocusing, recalculating. Yeah. Without judgment. It's okay. We're all human beings.
Be kind to yourself, y'all.
Be kind to yourself.
Be kind as you guys, as we're moving into, this phase of life. 2022, it's been a rocky road already, but we here, we're resilient.
It's been bumpy for years, girl. We just bumping along at this point. And that's fine.
Yeah. Let's get into our intentions.
What's your intention this week, Jay?
So my intention this week is, it's honestly, I kind of did mine because it's our first time here. I wanted to do more of like a year scope.
I love how it's our first time here.
It's our
first time here.
I've never been here before. I've never been to this part of Pasadena before.
I've never been to this side of
town. My intention this year is to be authentically me, to level up in all aspects of my life, spiritually, mentally, financially, and abundantly, thoroughly. Okay? My intention is to dedicate the next 9 months to my future self and to be selfish with me. I want to be anchored in who I am this year. That's 30. That's 30, okay? Y'all heard it.
I love it. I love to see it for you, friend.
Yeah.
My intention is I'm setting the intention of being softer and kinder in all spaces.
Do you feel like you're not soft and kind? Are you a little aggressive?
I am a little aggressive. I think I'm kind to you. But I do see where I can be softer and kinder. But not just to other people, but to myself. A lot to myself. I am so hard on myself.
You are the longest and oldest relationship that you have.
Oh. Thank you. Wow.
And I think it's
that's
like
deep, but you're right.
You need to really nurture your relationship with yourself. You're the only one that's got your fucking back. You're the only one that has seen the things that you have seen and has your perspective on your life. So be kind to her.
Yeah. So my intention is to be softer and kinder in all spaces of my life, but more so to myself. But in partnerships and in my work.
Yeah.
I've been just so with work. So.
You know what, too? I think so much of, like, I think because I work in publicity, it's like relationships are so big. And I know that I personally can be sometimes very, like, cut and dry. Like, I'm just always like, we got shit to do. Mm-hmm. There's a goal. We got to focus. Like, what's up? That I think sometimes it takes away from that human, network, relation building esque like bag. So I think when you get back into that of like, it's like it's really like what's the word, like assess.
I'm really looking to like
listen, we're rusty, we're a little rusty. I'm a little rusty, I can't speak for C, but I'm a little rusty. But really like applying the pressure, you know what I mean? Putting in that work into relationships with yourself and with others, it will go a long way. Like you get what you give. So I think.
Yeah, but my thing is, I just feel like I like give, and then I don't give myself like any grace. To be like, no, that's good, and it doesn't have to be so aggressive. Yeah. It's like, I can be gentler.
We'll work on it.
And that's the goal. I'm gonna try and be more soft or whatever. You know, I'm gonna say kind things to myself.
Be good to her. Honey, take her out for a drink. Take her out for a nice meal.
Take me out to dinner.
Take her out to dinner, please.
Well, I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Thank you for coming back to another episode of Risky Intentions. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell us how you feel. Tell us how you're recalibrating your life currently, your year. If you have any other tools, we'd like to use them. We'd like to know. Let us know in the comments. Yeah, we'll be back.
Bye.
Bye.